Hey all, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it may be for wherever you are. I am Stephanie Joy with all things Social Security and the Joy Disability Law Office. Your video is about to start. I wanted to remind you of our live Q&A sessions here on YouTube as well. They start at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's a little earlier for you Western folks. And I look forward to seeing you there. It's a first come, first served basis in terms of the questions you might want to pose in the chat. And I will pick them up going from beginning to end for about a 2 hour period. So, anyway, I hope to see you there. Have a great one, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Happy Sunday. It is March 23rd already. My goodness. Okay. So, I think we're at spring, right? Okay, let's do the Sunday Social Security roundup for last week. We had March 17th was Monday. This was a little piece from the live Q&A from a prior day. Might be a week prior, 2 weeks prior, not sure. But anyway, it concerned passive income versus active income and what the SGA implications are when it comes to Social Security disability. And that was based on someone's question at the live Q&A that we have every Wednesday at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, March 18th, we had, this is a tip with regard to, an ALJ's positive factors noted by an ALJ that had him award, or she, a very young person, 30-ish, solely on mental health impairments and listings. And it points to which factors that ALJ found important to be added to the totality of the evidence that allowed him to find that the individual was legally disabled under the rules, as opposed to very impaired but not fully legally disabled and able to work some kind of job. All right, so that was Tuesday. Wednesday, March 19th. We had another Q&A clip, and this was about who has the obligation to get the claimant's updated medical records for the hearing. There are generalities in terms of rules, but there's also some common sense actions you're going to want to take. So we share them there on March 19th. On March 20th, this was the news that the SSA put out as to the fact that it was expediting online direct deposit changes that you may make if you do them online. Instead of the 30-day time limit, the prior SSA rules allowed them to take, they are now enjoying, I guess, a system where the direct deposit changes made online can be done in 1 day, 1 business day, I think. Then they also discuss other benefit protections that they're using to prevent people from fraudulently grabbing your money. Okay, that was Thursday the 20th, and then we have Friday the 21st. This was Friday Fraud Law Review, and this one dealt with an Indiana woman who stole from the SSA fund for about 15 years money as if her husband were alive, but he had been dead for all those years, and she was taking those benefits for herself when they should have remained in the fund for other beneficiaries to have in the coiffers there. And then Saturday the 22nd, we shared a tip about question number 6 on the SSA 3368, which is the second part of your application if you're doing it online, or a second packet if you're doing them in the paper version. Most people are doing them online, so it is the part of the application process that actually comes subsequent to the official first part, which is the official application, but the second part, which is in addition to the application, is actually kind of required to get the case to move on to the medical workup office from the field office. So very important part to complete when you're doing it online or doing it on paper. And this concerns question number 6. And this was in particularly a response for Matthew, who is a member, a kind member of our benefactors, which you can join by just looking below, I think, the main screen of any kind of video on the channel. And those members, the first form of membership allows you to have a video answer if your question is appropriate for that, if you email it to me and you're a member. So it's a little bit more specific than to what you might be asking about. And we direct a video on that particular question that you have. Again, assuming it's something that's amenable to a public video. All right. It's obviously not going to be in detail. We don't go through your information or your whole case. We just answer your question. Um, if you needed a more in-depth hour, 2 hour, that kind of thing, then it would be a prepaid consult, which we also have available. All righty, that's it, guys, for the week. And I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great weekend, what's left of it. And I hope you have a better week coming up. I will talk to you soon. Be safe and be well. Bye-bye now, guys. It's still Sunday. Did you miss last week's Social Security roundup? Not this week that you just heard, but the one prior to that, and want to catch up? I'm attaching it now. Have a great day. Bye. Happy Sunday, everybody. It is Sunday, the 16th of March. Let's do the Sunday Social Security roundup for last week. This will go from the 10th, what I'm looking at is right, to Saturday, the 15th, Monday to Saturday. Okay. So Monday, we talked about this was actually a tip about the SSA-3368, which is kind of like the second part of when you apply for disability benefits. It's not technically the application itself, but it's a mandatory part that you can't really proceed without. And in this case, it was question number 9. And it was a member's question, and I promised him that we'd make a video of it. Since he wasn't really going to be having a consult, which costs a lot of money. So I said, well, we'll put the answer into a video about question number 9 on the SSA 3368. And it's about non-health provider information when you want to add that. So that was Monday. Tuesday, the 11th, was a little carve out from a recent live Q&A session, the ones that we have every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube on this channel. And this particular one was about veterans. And the question was if it would be, how easy would it be for a 100% VA PNT disabled vet to prevail on his SSD case? And that's kind of a loaded question, so we went into it a little bit. The next day was March 12th. Reviewed a new court ruling, and this focused around cardiovascular heart impairments, as well as listing 4.00. And it is the Biswas case. It's a circuit court case. And then on the 13th, this was a tip about a hardship that is applicable to certain claimants, probably a small minority of them, but when a mental health impairment actually prevents the claimant from being able to use voicemail or answer unknown phone numbers, which I don't recommend anyone do anyway, the latter, and how that's going to make a claim and communicating with your adjudicator or anyone at the SSA needing to reach you much more difficult if you don't have a representative and you have to do it yourself. So we go into that a little bit. And then we have Friday, of course, Friday Fraud Law Review. Was a Binghamton, New York woman who stole her 4-year-old child's Social Security for a number of years. And that person was obviously busted. And then we have Saturday the 15th. Is that the Ides of March? March 15th. And this was about a press release by the SSA that was debunking some false media out there that was telling all of you fine folks that SSA was shutting down phone services, which not really true. In fact, I'd say several months ago, last year, a lot of offices kind of stopped answering phones. So hopefully that's going to be fixed soon. But no, their announcement was about how if you're going to be changing your banking information, they don't want you doing it by phone per se, because scam artists have been doing it against beneficiaries, calling in, I suppose, having enough of the claimant's information, the beneficiary's information, changing the banking information by phone with the SSA to get the funds now directed to their own bank account. So It's been a problem for a long time, so they're basically going into two-factor authorization. So we go into that a little bit. It's probably a very good idea and probably should have happened before. Okay, so that's it. That's last week, guys. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a better week coming up. And I will see you hopefully Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our weekly live Q&A session during one's early or timely or late lunch hour. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.